Alright, this is a short video. I'm just sanding all these screws and rough sanding what needs to be sanded. Okay, I just still need to skim all this and whatnot. But, important part right here. I was sanding the edges and I noticed that these screws are no good. And I will show you why. Look. I will push on the drywall. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Okay, you see how the screw pops out? And actually now I could probably remove the mud. So I will check the ones beside it. I'm pushing on the drywall. Okay, I see no movement. So this row is good. So what that tells me is this stud is bowed in and this stud is bowed out. This stud is probably bowed out. So I will check this screw. No. Check. Oh, I don't believe they screwed down here, so it looks good. So how do you fix that? Simple. Bingo bango. And I carefully let's remember, do not pierce the paper. Now I can remove that screw, but I prefer not to. And I will tell you why. Because now I've got a big freaking hole there to fill in, which won't fill in one coat or two or whatever. So I'll show you how I prefer to do it, okay? Again, just to say deep, and then I just sink that in a little bit and I push it with my thumb. See, now that hole is somewhat filled. And that hole is a big hole. All right. Screw cam. So what I will do is I will put one above and below just to make sure. Whoa, I could hear the paper ripping already. So this is why we adjust our drywall guns, peoples. So that's a repair, all right? And it tends to happen a lot when you are using machine tools and pushing on the wall. You get a lot more bounce in your drywall, all right? So that's an easy fix, easy peasy. Now I will just leave the mud a little bit thicker, just like so. All right, you see what I did here? Sunk that screw, fixed the bottom and the top, and I tried to leave it a little bit thicker, but look, it's still sunk right into the hole. So now I'll just skim that tight and it'll be good. And another thing I wanted to show you is remember this job? You remember those skylights and the joints here and those off angles But most importantly is that beam up there. The no coat had to be perfectly straight so you don't see anything crooked beside it. Okay? Because they're putting a false beam there. All right? And that's the addition. And this is the very, very silly stairwell. Oh my good God. Like, look at this. Ain't this just silly? And look at the drywall job they did. Oh my God. Look at that. I can see clearly there's a freaking hole and a crack. And there's a crack. You know why that cracked? Because they probably used mesh tape and they put the joint of the drywall right on the bottom plate and then put the strip on the rim board. This is why drywallers float the sheet over the rim board, screw the bottom, float this part, and then screw the studs. All right? So, once again, whoa, that is it. And I've got my plastic. All right? Thank you and good day.